Meanwhile, speaking of broing out, this is a little bit disturbing. Steve Doocy and Brian Kilmeade continue on their, their mini tussle that they've had ongoing.
They're feuding.
They're feuding because Steve Doocy thinks COVID is real and Brian Kilmeade thinks it's like optional, apparently. Here is their appearance on Fox and Friends today.
In Arkansas, apparently about 20% of the people who are in hospitals with coronavirus, 20% of them are children. So that's one of the things they're obviously going to be talking about. There are a lot of kids under 12 cannot currently be vaccinated, but if your kids are over 12, you probably ought to get the shot.
Yeah, right. Or see a doctor decide what you want to do. That's what usually people go to for medical advice, doctors.
I didn't go to a doctor before I got the shot.
Well, that's your decision.
Absolutely.
That's your decision. But I don't think anchors should be recommending medical advice.
Yeah.
Well, but a lot of people have been tuning into the show for 25 years to see what we think about different things. I think if you have the opportunity, get the shot.
Now anchors shouldn't recommend getting a shot that has been taken by literally 150 million Americans. Anchors shouldn't do that. But anchors can opine on this show about every other aspect of COVID, except for the part where you have incredibly obvious data that everyone who's dying from COVID now, not everyone, but nearly everyone who's dying from COVID right now is unvaccinated. That's a very controversial position for Steve Doocy to take. Kilmeade's getting a little testy, and Doocy's getting a little bit like, "Hey, man, I don't want to participate in your sort of like your Jim Jones project that you got going over here."
Yeah, I want to be able to fill in for Laura Ingraham on occasion, which is what I believe he did the other time. We have to be synchronized with the COVID denial of the Tucker and the Carlson program and the Laura Ingraham show, where they say, talk to your doctor about the vaccine only, as you say, but will opine about other aspects of the pandemic ad nauseum and then say, but this is not medical advice. As long as you give medical advice, denial, science denial, and then afterwards you kind of say, jokesies, then I guess it doesn't count. Because that's what they do at Fox. They say that they don't give any medical advice, but then they just give a throwaway disclaimer at the end saying, I'm not giving advice. Oh, okay, I guess it didn't count what you just said previously. Cool, dude.
And let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with going to see your doctor if you have access to a doctor. But the fact of the matter is that you're putting up one more roadblock to getting people vaccinated. And they're doing this, and it's really fascinating because they're doing this despite the fact that we have Asa Hutchinson. I wish I hadn't signed that anti-mask mandate. And Ron DeSantis running around, every time he gets a question about, hey, we have hospitals that are overflowing here. It's a spring break or whatever he's trying to sort of change the topic to. It really is stunning to watch these people do this kind of thing.
And also, doctors say get the vaccine. They just are counting on people not asking their doctor.
Well, there are doctors that one could find, I'm sure, who say don't get the vaccine because it will make you magnetic. But there's also, you can find people who can say that the earth is flat. Incidentally, just in case you think there's still some controversy.
Well, if you do your own research, you can find that for sure.
That's right. Check on your phones. You have a computer in your hand, folks. You can find out that the earth is flat. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Daniel Bessner and Derek Davison of the American Prestige podcast. Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.